Decision really takes away a tool many attorney generals, including Chris Mays, had been using to temporarily block these executive orders. And Mays has really spearheaded this whole movement and leading the charge against Trump's executive orders, filing 19 lawsuits, including one challenging Trump's order aimed at ending birthright citizenship. It's something Mays and other legal experts say clashes with the 14th Amendment. But now, with fewer tools to stop this order and the 18 others she's challenged, the state will have to rely more heavily on long-term legal strategies. Former Arizona Attorney General Terry Goddard says this latest ruling will now require similar cases to be filed all over the country to challenge executive orders.
So you might have 50 different litigations across the country to get to a national result. And the possibility is you'll have inconsistent decisions. And then you would have chaos. And that's one of the things that the universal injunctions were trying to avoid. But this court is saying, we're not sure we're going to go with a blanket universal injunction.
May shared this statement with us today, saying in part, quote, "We cannot allow the Trump administration's illegal actions that would raise costs and undermine basic freedoms to stand." And while the president and the administration are really excited about this ruling, celebrating it, they say it will allow his administration to proceed with his priorities. Now, it is important to note that this executive order, or rather this ruling, would not end birthright citizenship, and it really did not even address it. Still, though, advocates in the immigration community tell us it's still causing a lot of fear and confusion. So coming up at 5, we'll hear more from them. Reporting live here in Phoenix, Alexis Dominguez for Arizona's Family.